the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble. Now wake up!
Well, hello everyone and welcome to This is CorbinCenter after a week off. And again, I don't like to take time off. I don't like to keep this consistent, but I also am not going to play by anybody's rules other than my own. If I want to take a week off, I'm going to take a week off. And I have reasoning for that. And also, if I want to wear blue in front of a blue screen, I'm going to do that too, because I'm going to represent the blue Barracudas to my best of my abilities, because I'm a 90s kid and that's how it works. But as far as Corbinite Recognition, because I don't know if this person's a fan, they're probably a fan of me now, but it's Mo, I'm going to give you a big shout out on this one. Want you to know, and you know why. But here's a big thing that I want to jump right into. Many people were like, you were off, you were very, I said I was going to be a little rare on social media. I wasn't going to have videos coming out. Heck, even Snapchat didn't even have a new episode. Thanks to my consultant for really sticking by me on that one. So where was I? And here's the big thing. If you think that this was going to be the episode that I was going to tell you where I was, you are 100% incorrect. Look, I told you. I'm not going to discuss it. I have my secrets. I can keep my personal life. Just because I'm in the public eye with pro wrestling does not mean that I have to release everything on social media. Many people should really follow that advice. A lot of people should start not posting every single thought they ever have, posting every single whereabout where they ever were. I like to live in mystery. So if you ever want to know any details, I tell you, the people who get those information first when it comes out is my people on Patreon. So there's that. But I had to come back. I debated. I said maybe I should take another week off because I'm getting back into routine again. But here's the deal with this one. By the time you are watching this, that means that I'm going to have one of my 4 events probably. It's going to be huge. This week I've been not dreading, but I've been kind of wondering. In June, as you know, I suffered a couple injuries that made it a little tricky for me to kind of push through. I did it because I don't back down. But the main one is this is a lot of specialty matches all in 1 week. And when I thought that I was going to have just specialty matches, then we throw another show on there. So let's go right into this really quick because I have to address certain things. First of all, going to Timebomb. Now, I said I normally push through major injuries. I'm not an idiot, though. I'm not an idiot. When a bone is broken, something's injured, something that could be done more damage to, I'm not going to go inside a ring and just do it because people think that that's what tough guys do when they would stub their toe and not even get in the ring. So that brings me to Timebomb. When I was at Timebomb and I broke my collarbone. Yeah, that's right. That's where it happened. I was out for 3 months, and the guy I was against was Eric Cannon. I targeted him on coming back, made sure that he wouldn't wrestle at the last show that we were at together, and then I laid the open challenge for a street fight. So when I come to Timebomb, I am going against my biggest rival in a street fight. And Ken, I saw what you posted on Twitter where you said I didn't know what I was getting into. I've wrestled you so many freaking times, I know exactly what I'm getting into. We have bled before in different states. So this is just going to add another one to the collection. Now, first of all, if you don't think I know you by now, and if you don't know what I'm capable of, and if you don't think that this was premeditated, you need to figure your life out because you must be so busy doing other stuff, not being a complete psycho, that you have lost track of your biggest rival, which is me. And if you're not going to be focused, I'm going to take you out and leave you in the street and let Fargo Sanitation Company pick you up and throw you away just like the trash you are. But I digress. Because then I head back. So I'm going up to North Dakota for just long enough to be in North Dakota. And on the border, because when you start going farther into North Dakota, it gets really weird. Let's just go with that. And then I come back for the St. Paul Slammer. Now, if you remember, the St. Paul Slammer was the event that got rained out, but somehow I managed to frickin' hurt myself trying to jump over a guardrail in hail. So, and if you don't know about that, check out my Patreon. I'll talk more about that. But the St. Paul Slammer has been rescheduled. They found a time. I'm going to be there. I'm going to be taking part in this event. event. So let's hope everything goes a little bit better. I'm not going to be jumping any guardrails. I don't plan on getting hurt on this one either. So there's that. And if you're right now at home going, oh, he just jinxed himself, how dare you wish that kind of luck on me? And just for that, I'm going to pick up the victory no matter who I face at the St. Paul Slammer. So take that. But then I have an interesting one. I have this Battleground Breakout Championship that's been on my shoulder, and this is going to be Saturday, the 12th. Now, I've had this. I've been walking around as the Battleground Champion, and people say, Darin, you're too old. Why, too old to break out. It doesn't make sense that you have the Breakout Championship. What doesn't make sense is the fact that you would doubt that I could win any championship at all. I could win Tag Team Championship. I've actually carried Tag Team Championships by myself. So the idea, if I wanted to be a cruiserweight, I'd be a cruiserweight. If I wanted to be in a hardcore division, I'd be in a hardcore division. I can win any single championship that I want. So before you come at me and say it doesn't make sense, well, to me, your logic for doubting me doesn't make sense. And that's why I have a problem with this Connor Hopkins. I remember that Connor thought that Battleground was going to be maybe his new stomping grounds, a chance for him to branch out of his home base, which is God's country in Decorah, which, now that I've been there, God must not be that impressive. Oh, just wait till I get quoted on that and then all the religious zealots come after me. But anyway, just based on if it's Decorah, you go down there and you tell me if you still believe. But what I do believe is that this kid's got some balls on him. I'll give him that. But he also is missing a tooth, and that was due to me. Look, now you want into a match where we are connected. A dog collar match, we are connected. I've had experience in these. And now you're going to be stuck to me, and you're going to think that for one moment this is going to be your chance to... So I can't get away from you. But if you remember, I have not been running from you at all. As a matter of fact, I accepted your challenge. I was out there on commentary when you wrestled Laura. I attacked you after the match, and I accepted your challenge. Look, I'm a fighting champion. I've defended the belt once. Now, many of you are like, that's not really a defending champion. They've only had one show. Shut the hell up. Anyway. I'm going to defend this Breakout Championship. I'm going to hold on to it. I'm going to hold this for the rest of the year. I'm going to do this, and the only time that I plan on getting rid of this belt, and the only time that I'm going to pass it on to some younger lion, as a matter of fact, will be when I have my sights set on becoming a 4-time Battleground Champion. Or when Laura and I decide to take the tag belts, whichever one. I don't even know who the tag champions are right now, so we'll figure that out later. But I digress. And then it wraps up because speaking of tag action, my buddy Laura and I... Why would you go after Effie? Because I ain't scared. That's the whole deal. I love when I get in the ring with Effie. I love the fact that we get to brawl and use anything that's not bolted down. I love a good fight. We have memorable fights. And Effie, I know you love getting in the ring with me too, to a point where you're even bringing Allie. And I've had a couple people on my Patreon say that this is a dream match for him, with Corbin cometh versus Effie and Allie. And I've been waiting for this too. And here's the big thing. Effie, at First Wrestling, when it comes to the big moments, you do not beat me. I've beaten you at Bauhaus. Even when you sent me to the hospital, I still beat you at First Ave. So now you're going to drag Allie into this. Well, here's a little warning from me to you. Anything that happens to you or Allie, especially Allie, I'm going to make you watch as we hurt her. And if you don't think that I can do it, I'll just let Laura pick them apart while I make you watch. And that's the biggest thing, because you weren't there, were you, when Jeff Jarrett hit her with the guitar? I can't remember. You weren't there to help your friend. You generally, I know you're well-traveled, and I know you're always somewhere else, but you're not there when people need you. And I'm glad that you're coming to First, and I'm glad that you're coming back to Bauhaus, and I'm glad that we have this match, but I really don't think that you know the consequences to your actions. And if you look back at what has happened, I really don't think that, I don't think you've thought this one through. I think that you think that this is a slam dunk, a sure bet, that you're going to repeat it by sending me to the hospital. I know that Allie likes to... I ain't scared. Neither is Laura. And as a matter of fact, we're looking forward to this quite a bit. So, now that's my weekend in a nutshell, but I also have a lot that's coming up. First of all, the 1029 bar, I'm going to be defending my championship, the 1029 bar championship, which somebody said I've had the belt for far too long. And to that I say, I won the belt at the last year's event. They run one event a year. I won it at the last one. This is the next time I could defend it. When was I going to lose it? When was I supposed to lose it? When you say I've had it for too long, you can almost guarantee whoever the champion is going to have it for at least a year. But why are you like, oh, he's had the belt for too long. Somebody needs to end his reign. My God, use your brain a little bit to figure this one out. Like, do you think I just show up at the 1029 bar and have random matches every month, even if there's no ring, even if there's no show, even if it's not sanctioned? Come on, think a little bit. This is why I can't go on social media all the time, because it was nice to kind of have a break, because I didn't. That was the one thing I saw to a point where I was whatever. And then I returned to freelance, which is great. Returning to freelance. Timebomb is coming to Minneapolis, which I just had my match announced with Jordan, so I'm excited about that. Then we're going to Balsam Lake for First Wrestling, and then of course, we've done it for the second night. And if you know, I stole the show last time that we were at Saturday Night Nitro, and so I'm looking forward to this again. And if you don't think I got something up my sleeve and that I'm not leaving there the guy who everyone's talking about, you are dead wrong. Because on a show featuring many stars of past and present and future, I was the guy everybody was talking about. And also Mondo Lucha. I mean, Turner Hall, one of my favorite spots to wrestle. I have that. And then we go into the fall. And will my fall slow down? Probably not. I mean, let's face it, this is the busiest summer I've had in a couple of years. I've had experiences this year that have been once in a lifetime, and that's coming back from an injury. And then I'm rolling in, and as I push 40, we're going to see how I feel. So here's the one thing I want you to keep in mind. I want you to keep this in the back of your mind. The next time that you watch This Is CorbinCenter, the next time that you watch me, after this brutal week of 4 matches, 3 of them specialty matches, and see how I'm holding up, if I'm ready and I'm going and that adrenaline's still keeping me flowing and my body is still working, operating, not broken, just remember that nobody can stop me. And even if you put me on the shelf, it's not for very long, and I come back looking for revenge for those who hurt me. And I will not stop until I get it. And I'm keeping the schedule busy because I'm like a shark, and that's all I know how to do. I wrestle as much as I want. I go where I want to go, and I go to the places where I know I can make a name and where I don't have to worry about being a second-rate, secondary person. I go to the spots where the focus will be on me after I leave there. And I like a challenge. So this week, it's going to prove it. Bring on all challengers, bring it all. And if you want to fill the rest of my schedule and you want to see and you're watching this and you're like, let's put them to the test, I dare you. But my schedule's filling up already. And I'd love it when we get to talk about it on the next This Is CorbinCenter. I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully so are you.
Don't be scared.